Texas. I get off the plane.
We tried to take it from you.
What's that about?
It was a drought the month before, too.
Yeah. So I know, I brought it with me. I knew that's what you were going to say. So we're glad the drought's over in Texas. Y'all can freaking have it. We went from a 3-year drought to the lakes, as you've seen on TV, is real. They are running over. We have spillways going over everywhere. And we no longer have a drought. So that's positive, right? It's a real honor and privilege to be here. I was here, I think, about 6 weeks ago now, and it's always a privilege to be here, to have this group of people. Let's be honest, rain sometimes is a good enough excuse for people not to show up. I guarantee you there's people that didn't come tonight because it was raining. They're going to be sorry that they missed. You're going to be glad that you're here. It's always crazy to me. I'm a church boy, and it always amazes me how low attendance is when it's raining. It's like, is the water going to melt you? I mean, I never have been able to correlate that. Well, you guys have braved the horrible Jersey weather, and you're here tonight, and you're in for a real treat. So again, I'm honored to be here. I am one of the owners of the company. I like to say that I'm a 4-year overnight success at this point. I was involved with what you're going to hear about tonight for a number of years before it became IDLIFE. So this is truly a fulfillment for me of something I've been working on for years. It's been a passion for me, and to be in this room tonight in Jersey with a packed house like this, nothing better. Nothing better. And I'm learning to speak Jersey. It's, you know, I'm a southern boy by nature, but I get my jersey on when I get on the plane. I just start talking direct to everybody, and, you know, there's no pleasantries. Our CEO, Logan, he's from Jersey, so he just steps right into it. He even sounds like he's from Jersey when he gets up here. He doesn't, just so you guys know, he doesn't talk like that in Texas. So he's bipolar, right? He's by Jersey. So I'm working on that. I had a great dinner with some locals, and I leaned over to Ty and said, okay, I'm going to bring it, you know, Jersey style. So I love that. I can talk really direct up here, and I don't offend anybody. So my wife worked on me for 30 years to not be that way in Texas. And so I can come up here and just be the natural me, and it really works great. So anyway, guys, let's jump right in and talk about why I'm here and why I'm going to be here all week long, as a matter of fact. And Jimmy, I apologize. I did not put that slide into the slide deck. Ty, remind me to do that for tomorrow. But we are, tell us where we're going to, Ty, you know where we're going to be. Tell us where we're going to be this week, because these people in here probably have friends in those areas. I have no idea. I'm in tow. So tell me where we're going. Ty, anybody's Ty here?
Going to the men's room.
Tomorrow, Scranton.
Scranton tomorrow.
Yep.
God's country.
Yep. Tomorrow, Scranton, PA. What's the address, Bill?
711 Davis Street.
711 Davis Street.
Scranton,
Get that
PA.
for somebody. Then we go to,
King of Prussia.
no, we're in Exton.
Exton, PA.
I don't know where that's at.
It's right near King of Prussia.
It's near King of Prussia.
Yeah.
And then we're in Maryland on Friday night. So if you have people in those areas, we are doing training during the day, and what we're doing tonight in those areas the rest of the week. So anyway, they put a saddle on me when I get up here, and they just do not let up until they send me back to Texas. So anyway, some pretty bold statements on the screens. It's why IDLIFE, transforming an industry. I say this everywhere I go, and people, it's a broad statement to say you're going to transform something, right? That we're going to change something that's been going on for a while. So I always use the example, how many of you really enjoyed your experience 10 years ago at the Blockbuster video store? Blockbuster's no longer here. I can remember spending a lot of money and time in that store renting VHS videos and then DVDs, and now they're gone. They did not think a little company called Netflix and a little red box about this big sitting in front of CVS's and Walgreens all over the United States. We're going to put them out of business, and it did. That's transforming an industry. We are at the very forefront of that. IDLIFE is at the forefront of transforming an industry. We're going to talk about that tonight, and you can decide if you agree. Quality ingredients, customized, evidence-based. I say this, I've said it to, I would estimate probably at least 20,000 people now, maybe more over the last year. Could be way more than that, actually. I've said IDLIFE has the absolute best nutritional products on the planet. They're natural, they're all organic, derived. And we'll talk about it a little bit more, but they don't have any, with no GMOs, no glutens, all naturally sweetened, just high quality products. And I challenge people all over the country. I said, you show me a better product. And I've never had anybody show me anything compared to what we have. So I'm very, very, very strong about that. Customized. All of our products are not customized, but our core product, ID Nutrition, is customized as 1.3 million variations. And it's based upon the information you put into the system. So we do not make your nutrition until you do your assessment, and it's sent online to our corporate office, and then it's made. It's fully customized. Evidence-based. Our system that I'm going to show you tonight has over 7,000 medical studies attached to it. It's all science. You guys could all tell me most likely a story of a family member or a friend or somebody that you know that has some sort of anecdotal information about nutrition, and it's what grandma did or what mom did or what your best friend did that gave them some sort of result nutritionally. It reminds me of a funny story. I've never told this story to you guys. So, the lady was cutting the end off of her ham before she put it in the oven. And the daughter said, "Why do you cut the end off the ham?" And the mother said, "Well, that's what grandma did." So, well, okay, well, let's figure out why grandma did it. So she went to grandma. "Grandma, why did you cut the end of the ham off?" She said, "I didn't have a pan big enough to fit it in." But yet it was perpetuating, right? So that's about how nutrition has been done in this country over the last couple decades. Everything we do is science-based. Everything we do. And you'll see that. So we dose you. I just use the term medically dose because everything we tell you that you should take is based upon medical science. And then the last thing, and I hate to kick off the evening tonight so personally, but I told some of you that were here 6 weeks ago about my mom. And I have permission to tell the story from my mother. I would not talk about my mom without her telling me it's okay to share the story. And I told you guys that last time I was here. Since that time, my mom has passed. So no matter how, thank you, no matter how prepared you are for your mom to pass, I had a great mom, and she's missed. And so what I got to do after my mom passed was spend a week on a cruise with some of the most wonderful people on the planet. This was the IDLIFE group down in the Caribbean, and so they were wonderful. And so that's a couple weeks ago, past now. It's 3 weeks since my mom's passed. But here's the story I want to tell you. And for those of you who've heard it before, just bear with me. It's very appropriate for what we're going to talk about tonight. My mother, as wonderful as she was, did not take care of herself. My mom was big. I've always known a large woman as my mother. I got at the funeral, I actually was showing some pictures of us together when we were younger, and I was big and she was big. And at that time I was about 280. And my mom experienced pretty much everything you can imagine that goes along with a very unhealthy lifestyle. So she struggled with diabetes, she struggled with cancer, she struggled with heart disease, her gallbladder went bad, the last 10 to 12 years, it's been hospital visit to hospital visit. And my mom would not listen to me or my brother. I got involved in nutrition about 2007 and decided to change my world. My wife was involved with it her whole life, and if you see my wife, just go Facebook and see her and me, and you'll go, it's that story when someone's walking down the beach and they've got a beautiful woman with them, and all the guys know that the guy's got money. That's exactly what it is. So, see my wife, you think the guy's got money. So, it is what it is. But, nutritionally, she looks way younger than me, and we're basically the same age. It's because she's taking care of herself. So my mom was the absolute opposite of that. And we started asking my mom, begging my mom to please change her lifestyle. Just consider no longer drinking out of a styrofoam cup every day, Coke. I never saw my mother drink water, ever. She carried a Sonic cup around with her. She filled it up in the morning with Coke and drank out of it all day long. I said, Mom, that's going to kill you. Please change your way you eat. Please change your life. She never did. So she went through this series of events. So she had breast cancer, so mastectomy, double mastectomy. We got past that, gallbladder, heart attack, and then the final blow was ovarian cancer. So three years ago, she went in to have surgery, and I got the dreaded phone call during surgery from the surgeon, and he said, your mother has a massive amount of cancer. I don't know how we missed it on her skin. And so they removed her colon and all of her lymph nodes and part of her bladder and the lining of her stomach, and it's just a disaster. So they put her on chemo, which she was allergic to. It almost killed her. And they sent her home and said, we can't help you. Go home. You just go home and die. So that was the first time they introduced us to hospice. Well, my brother and I convinced my mother at that point in her life, Mom, will you try? She said, okay, I'll try. So we got 2 additional years out of my mother, and I was very thankful for that, and so was she. She got to see my daughter get married. She got to see grandbabies born. Got to spend time with my son who's in the military. So we're very thankful for that. But my mom lost over 100 pounds. And I spent the last 2 years with a woman I'd never seen for the previous 49 years of my life. And she could actually walk up and down the stairs, and she could do some things. And we had a couple good years. And we put her on every natural, of course she was on ID Nutrition, that you'll hear about tonight, but everything we could possibly do, and she was able to be with us for a couple more years. It came back with a vengeance, and she decided she was done fighting. When she decided she was done fighting, about a week later she was gone. And that's okay. I know where she went. My dad had already went earlier, so I think she got a glimpse and said, okay, I'm out of here. Which is okay. I say all that to say, healthcare versus sick care. How many of you want to live long healthy? It is the most forefront thing on my mind presently in my life. At 51 years old, I want to live as long as I can, as well as I can. I do not want to live the life that my mother chose. My mom did not have to be dead right now. She didn't. She knows that. We had plenty of discussions about it. She says, I wish I'd done something different. But you can't go back. So, that's real personal to me. And I hope you don't mind me sharing my family story with you, but it's serious to me. Okay? So let's jump in. Our company, as a new company, and the reason we show this screen is you're in a basement floor opportunity, guys. I don't want to say ground floor. We're in the basement. We're barely a year old. We're about 13,000 plus associates, maybe 14,000 now. And there's 300 million people in the U.S., and we haven't even got to Canada yet, but Jimmy, we will get there, I promise. Jimmy knows a lot of people in Canada. That's a little thing called hockey. So we're just barely getting started. But so people's concerns, it's legitimate. They go, well, you're going to be around in 2 years. You're going to be around in 5 years. Can you stand the test of time? Most new companies don't succeed. It's only 10% of all businesses that start actually succeed. It's a legitimate question. When you have 3 billionaires as investors in your company that sit on your board, you you have a better than normal chance of succeeding when you've got that kind of clout behind you. So, you've seen the picture of my partner, Troy. The fact that Troy Aikman is part of this company, I realize up here that he's like an enemy to you guys. Not anymore. You gotta let it go, man. I did. I said it earlier to the training class. I said, listen, the guy's retired. Let it go. It's not about him being a Dallas Cowboy. It's about him being a Hall of Famer, winning 3 Super Bowls, having credibility. He came to us. He got on our product, which I'm going to tell you about, and said, I want to be part of this company. I've never seen anything like it. He's an investor in our company. We did not pay him to come on board. Jen Wiederstrom, she's the trainer on The Biggest Loser. She won The Biggest Loser last year, and she's part of our company. She came to us just like you guys. We didn't pay her to come to our company. She came to our company. She chose to be a part of it. She's now an investor. Darwin Deason. Darwin's number, I haven't looked at the billionaire list this year, but he's around 1,400 on the billionaire list. Darwin literally chased Logan down. He's been taught this company. Too long a story to tell. We've got 2 other billionaires on there. Patrick McGee is Ross Perot's son-in-law, and amazing guy. And then the other guy, so Keith Kraft is my best friend. He's a pastor of a mega church, but he's way better known for his life and his successful. He speaks on leadership all around the country. Nick Crutcher, he's the guy who created online car selling. Chris Camillo wrote a best-selling book called Laughing at Wall Street. He's considered the most successful private investor in the history of Wall Street. So, and then we've got this little-known guy, John Maxwell, on the bottom. John was just voted the #1 most influential leader in the world. One of my personal mentors that I like to read and follow is Richard Branson, Virgin, and I just love his attitude and how he is. He's number 14 on the list. John's number 1. So John's a personal friend of Logan Stout. He's his personal mentor, and John's part of our company. We're honored to have him. He's not a paid endorser of IDLIFE. He's a true partner with us. So it's very cool. So our who's who of who's involved in IDLIFE is pretty impressive. And if nothing else, will make you think, okay, these guys are at least going to be around for a while. Okay? So that's the whole purpose for that. We have a whole group of fitness ambassadors that are involved. And it's ever expanding. Madison Jakes just came on board. Carla Frere, Coach Carla, she's been on Oprah. She was morbidly obese, and her whole life is about transforming people's lives and helping them get healthy. Madison's been on, I think, 420 videos. She's crazy. Larry North, he's kind of the grandfather of personal fitness. He's the first guy inducted to the Personal Trainer Hall of Fame. Lisa Hart, Bones of Steel. So if anybody knows about that, I know how old you are. She only sold $280 million worth of DVDs. That was not successful at all. Mark Harari, the Trainers and Stars, and then Megan Keith. She's up in this area in Maryland. Some of you may know her, America's Body Coach. She's a Lululemon model. She's on the cover of a bunch of magazines. And all these people, the common denominator is that none of them are paid. They're associates in our business. They align themselves with IDLIFE because of our products, and more specifically because our core product, ID Nutrition. So for the first time, they can promote products and feel good about it. And so, I mean, that just speaks to who we are. Amazing group of people. And we'll actually have some more that are going to be added this year. So there they are, all beautiful people. Let's talk about nutritional supplementation for a second. This statistic, again, comes home with me. Of the 2.4 million deaths that occur in the United States each year, 75% are a result of avoidable nutritional factor diseases. My mother is in that category. Avoidable nutritional factor diseases. That's crazy, 75%. Soil mineral depletion, synthetics, GMOs, and diet. Now, we have a nutritionist in the room, and I only know that because I met her before the meeting. But most people don't have a real understanding of nutrition, but I can tell you this for sure. You cannot eat enough good food from the supermarket to get to your nutritional. It's not possible. Now, if you really want to go crazy on organics, somebody answer their phone. Oh, on the front row. I'm so sorry. Everybody silence their phones. It's a good time for that. It's perfectly fine, and if it's an emergency, please hang it. Synthetics, we don't have any synthetics in our products at all. And that about 80% of nutritional supplementation that you can buy at the store will have a synthetic nutrients in it. We have no, they're not nutrients, synthetic fillers, whatever we call them. We have no GMOs in our product. How many of you have noticed in the last 2 to 3 weeks, all the companies that are coming out saying they're going to be have non-GMOs? Yeah, they did, yeah, I heard that. And Chipotle was like 3 weeks ago. And I'll go eat Chipotle now. I get it, guys. It's a financial decision. They just added a bunch of money in cost to their business. And you say you're going to do this. That's what we do. I know how hard it is. And so I respect that. But we're the only country, we're the only, certainly first world country in the world that allows GMOs in their food. Hopefully our federal government will get that taken care of over the next few years. It's at least everyone's aware of it now and lots going on. And then, sad to say, America is #1 again. We were #2 last year, but because we are champions and we are winners, we're taking over the #1 spot as the most obese nation in the world. Something really to be proud of. So we're battling Mexico for that. They won last year, but we took it back. So anyway, so diet. So here's the differentiator with us. Now we're going to talk about a whole lineup of products tonight. I'm just going to focus on our core product. Our core product is a customized nutrition solution. It's customized just for you. And it starts right here. It starts with an assessment. And we have a tool that's 27 to 29 questions depending on if you're male or female. And it's actually, we add questions as additional science comes available. And the reason I say that is because I was talking to Paul Sullivan, our formulator, about the new solution that's coming. What's cool is we adapt the technology, we adapt the science, so this is ever changing. So you get signed up, put your information in, and what you can see there, it's kind of hard to tell on the white on white, but that's a strip pack. And some of the people here will probably have one in their pocket, but we send you your nutrition in a strip pack. It's got your name on it, it's AM, PM dose, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But it starts out, I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. I'm going to take a little bit of time on something I don't normally take time on because people still don't understand what it means. I took for granted that when we say it's HIPAA compliant, that people know what that means. What that means is it is your private information that will not be seen, shared with anyone. It's your information. Now, we have advocates at our office that are HIPAA certified, and they can talk to you about that, but I do not see your nutritional assessment. The person that brings you into this business or the person that got you here tonight does not see your nutritional assessment unless you share it with them. It's yours. You can share it if you want. But we've had people that didn't want to take the assessment because they had medical conditions going on that they didn't want to share with anybody, which is the total opposite of what we want you to do so the system can help you, right? So we're HIPAA compliant. You put your basic information in there. Yes, we need to know how old you are. It is part of the equation. Okay. So I'm going to run through this very quick. We ask you simple things: your height, your weight, do you have any allergies? Where you've been diagnosed with any of the following. These are long-term medical conditions. Anybody in your family had Alzheimer's, diabetes, prostate cancer, osteoporosis, cardiovascular disease, which is 65% of all deaths are caused from that. Age-related muscular dystrophy. So, dietary patterns. It helps us if you answer honestly on these questions. Logan always tells a funny story about a husband and wife filling out an assessment. He was walking them through it, and we asked you how many alcoholic beverages you have today, and she said 1. Then the husband, started coughing and, honey, you know that's not true. So the husband and wife told each other, she said, listen, I only have 1 a day. It's just a little large. The point is we need your information. We need to know alcohol does have adverse effects on your body. Now, that's shocking to you. It does. Red wine, good. Everything else, it's downhill from there. All right? We won't talk about that today. So we're going to ask you how much cold water fatty fish do you have? What kind of trans fats do you have? In other words, are you eating it? Fast food restaurants. What are you doing? We need to know what you're putting in your body if we're going to help you change that. We ask lifestyle. Everyone's different in here. Some of you are in super great health. Some of you are in the process of getting healthy. Some of you need to start. Okay? It's just life. We're all there. But you need to tell us that. We can't help you if you don't give us the right information. I thought I can throw these questions out here Jersey style. It doesn't offend anybody. I can't say something like that myself. They might leave. Physical well-being. How are you thinking? What's going on? How much stress? Does anybody in the room have stress?
No.
No stress in Jersey?
Stress shield.
Speaking of driving, your roads up here are the craziest things I've ever seen. I figured it out. I said this last time I was here. And after today, I know this is right. They built those, what do you call those stations? That was the mafia. They got an extra half a mile on every turn. Got paid for putting that road down.
No such thing.
You got to admit, guys, that makes no sense. And you have highways running next to highways, but you can't get on either one. My chauffeurs that take me around every time I'm up here, Marco and Joe, they get lost and they live here.
Good example.
It's just true. Okay, these big two things are crazy. These are true game changers in regard to our assessment. First off, we ask you medical conditions. So why do you ask medical conditions? And it's, see the alphabet right there? I don't have time to go through all those, but I encourage you when you do your assessment, or you need to go ahead and redo it and look at all the medical conditions. I did not, my wife had a challenge with night blindness in her 30s. And night blindness is a medical condition. It can be as simple as certain type of cramps or restless leg or whatever's going on. Just check to make sure that I have arthritis. I don't exhibit the symptoms of that any longer, but it's one of the things that I put on my assessment. So go through and know if the medical condition is in there, then there is a scientific study attached to it that's giving us information about how we can help you. Okay? So it's very critical, very powerful. There's thousands of interactions. And then medications. This is the reason medical doctors love our system so much. We have just 22 to 2,300 or so adverse conditions that take place through pharmaceutical drug interaction. I'm not going to pick on pharma tonight. That's not why I'm here tonight. But most pharmaceutical drugs cause negative nutritional interaction in your body, which is what's called cascade drug effect. So I'll speak to my wife's dad, who, when he went into the hospital a few months ago, was on 12 prescriptions. Shocking that 4 of them were causing catastrophic effects with other prescriptions he was on, and neither doctor knew he was taking them. It's common. People die from it all the time. So now, post-hospital, he's on 4, which he's already ruined the function of his liver by being on those 12 pharmaceuticals for a number of years. Point being is, if you tell us you're on it, and they're in the system, there's 25,000 some pharmaceutical drugs. They're not all in here because they don't have studies. But if there's a study attached to that pharmaceutical drug, it's in the system. And it tells us what it's depleting or what it maybe adversely reacts to. It's very important. I was telling Mike at dinner tonight, statistically speaking, 4 out of 10 people in this room have high blood pressure. And if you have high blood pressure and you know it, then there's a good chance you're taking a warfarin product. Coumadin's the #1 seller. If you're taking that and you went into the GNC store or the vitamin shop and you said you were having depression, they would give you St. John's wort. If you take St. John's wort and you're on Coumadin, the medical study that you would see inside of our system when we block it from you being able to have it would tell you that there's a 96% chance it's going to put you into clinical depression by taking it. Nobody knows that. Medical doctors don't know it, and the guy at the health food store for sure doesn't. Okay? The system knows it. And I don't know it either because I'm not that smart. The system knows it. Okay? That's the power of that interaction. So when you're done, you get a free report. What's really cool about this, we give this all to you for free. So everything you see, the report's free. We give you indicators like a gas station. If you're empty or full, you want to see green, not red. Next thing you come to is our recommendations. You see it's got that Y button around. There's several things going on here that are very critical. You can click on the nutrients. It tells you exactly what they are. It tells you why. You got the sun and the moon. You can see that up there. The little the yellow or the blue, and there it is. Yellow or blue, morning and evening, and the Y button. And the Y button actually gives you the scientific study attached with the recommendation. You can cut and paste that, go to Google, go to pubmed.gov, read to your heart's content. At dinner I was telling the group I was with that I would never do that. My wife would, but I would not do that. If you like to read scientific journals, go for it. There. Then we have probably what I consider the most powerful thing on our deal for people to understand what we're delivering is the supplement fact sheet. And you can see how long that is, but we have 137 different ingredients. Of those, you're going to get anywhere from 20 to 50 of those, depending on your health conditions and what you decide you need. And we give you the exact amounts of that. So a lot of people take that into their doctors, and they're like, where did you get that? I've never seen anything like that. It's very, very encompassing. And I told the story here last time, and I'll shorten it for this group because some of you have heard it before. But for those of you who have never heard me speak, you won't know this story. But it's a great example. The reason I say it is close to here, but up in Pittsburgh, there's a couple brothers up there, and Dan Connolly. I was up there in April or May of last year, and he'd gotten on some of our products. He lost 42 pounds. And he said, when I saw him in the park, he said, "You're looking great." He said, "Yeah, I haven't weighed this since high school." I said, "Cool." So we're in the meeting like this, just talking. I'm talking about the products. And he stands up. He's a big guy. He's 6'4". His brothers were way bigger than him. He's a cop. And so he stands up, and like one of you stands up, I'm going to ask you, yes? I mean, he stood up in the middle of the meeting. He said, "Can I say something?" "What am I going to do? Tell him no?" "No, sit down." I said, "Okay." I thought he was going to talk about weight loss, which he did. He said, "I lost 42 pounds." Everybody clapped. Then he just kept standing. And I could tell he was going to cry. He was getting, emotional. And so I was getting emotional. Look at him getting emotional. I can get it. Say it. And he goes, he said, "That's not the miracle." And so I don't ever like to hear that as owner of the company. We don't do miracles. And he said, "My blood sugar was 297. Now it's 101, 4 months later." He said, "You guys have given me my life back." So everyone clapped, and I congratulated him. And he sat down, and I said, "Well, it was a miracle for Dan, but we don't do miracles. We don't treat or cure diseases. What happened for Dan for the first time in his life was he got nutrition in his body that he's probably never had before." Very realistic. I mean, look at the list. That nutrition in his body allowed his body to operate properly, inflammation to come down, and lo and behold, his body could now process the sugar in his body, and he had changed his diet. It was a miracle for him. It wasn't a miracle. It's called proper nutrition. As long as it's good and high quality, it can actually get into your system. We've already demonstrated. So, that's our core product, ID Nutrition. Very proud of it. It is disruptive. It is something that no one else has seen before. There will be people copy us, guys. I mean, it's the highest form of flattery. I've already seen a half a dozen assessments in the last year that are driving people to their specific set of products. It's not custom, but people want custom, and they're giving them some form of it. You can see chronobiology, best quality. It naturally cleanses you. It's your nutritional thumbprint. It's very convenient. If you haven't seen it, there's a setup up here somewhere. Could you imagine that list of nutrition going into GNC store and buying bottles for each one of those? What a nightmare that would be. That's the reason we're very competitive in price. Our packaging is very simple. It's low cost. You don't have to have 20 different bottles of something. If you did, it would cost 100% more than ours, which it normally does. And you can get it on scheduled delivery. We have a full line of products, and you can see all those up here. Here's what I'm going to tell you about all these products. They all meet our standard of all natural, organic derived, non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, casein-free, naturally sweet. There is the highest quality, short of growing it in your backyard and knowing exactly that it was a non-GMO plant, growing in your backyard, which is not feasible for us to do for all of you. We have extremely high quality products. They do not have label paint in them. We have the best nutritional solution on the planet. We don't put additional nutritional elements into our products. They're very low ingredient. Our shake has 7 ingredients in it. 7. Go look at some other our competitors. Somebody that does a meal replacement might have 70 ingredients in it. Ours has 7. Our pre and post workout, half the ingredients most other companies have. The actives in there are sometimes 200 and 300% what you see in the other companies, because we're not putting all the needless filler in there. We're giving you something that works. Our pre is an amazing product. It gets you ready to work out. Our post helps you not be sore afterwards. And I can tell you, of course, I have historically had, when I work out hard, I get sore, and without product, I don't. We came up with a couple of new things recently, which I just want to touch on. The shot. The energy market is last year was 7.4 billion, and it's probably, for health purposes, one of the worst things you can possibly put in your body. So I'm not here to talk about the competitors out there. It's known. The people have run studies. I read a deal 2 days ago, Jimmy, where the awareness of Monsters and Red Bulls and all the things it does to your adrenal and it's bad for you. That 65 to 70% of all the users know it's bad for them, and they still use it. Okay, so the use has not went down any. We're smart in America. It goes right in line with that, with the fattest nation in the world. We have a line of energy products. We have an energy drink. We have energy chews. This energy shot is cool. Young people love it. I actually carry them in my bag. I didn't have one tonight, but I normally like to have one an hour or so before I speak, because it's energy and mental focus, and it's killer. None of our products have a crash. The shot does have a pretty good kick, though. About 2 to 3 minutes, you know it. So if you like that, it works. College campuses, probably going to work pretty good. So, love that. We came out with a line of bars. We were inundated with our customers and associates begging us to have a line of bars. We came out with a line that's 100% USDA organic, 100% USDA gluten-free. It's also kosher. And they're not protein bars, they're snack bars. They're a healthy alternative if you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle. We've given you a solution for that. It's fairly low cal, it's all natural. So great, those things have been crazy. We've had a hard time even keeping them in stock. They are back in stock now. We think we're ahead of it. You guys just went bonkers on us. We bought everything. We went backward twice on those already. So I think we're in good shape now. So we have a complete line of products, and we have an amazing weight loss solution. It's called our ID Transformation. I can tell you, if you want to see some of the transformation stories, there's probably, Paul's here. How much have you lost?
Over 70 pounds now.
Wow. You have to decide, guys. Weight loss, there's no magic pill that I'm aware of. But he decided, and he got on our transformation, which is our meal replacement shake, the energy and the hydrate. And if you do that, it's called we call it IDT, ID Transformation. It's a weight loss solution, and if you'll do that and follow what we propose to you, that is normal. We have multiple people. I ran into Randy Swain on the cruise ship, and asked Randy how much he had lost now, and he's lost over 120 pounds. He doesn't look like the same guy that I met, and he's lost a whole person. He's done that in about 14 months. And we have couples that have lost over 200 pounds combined, and it's amazing. So weight loss is on the forefront of everyone's mind. we have a great, healthy solution for that, and that is in our product line. So, Jen Wiederstrom is now part of our company. I mentioned that. She has gotten involved with us and put together, that's the IDLIFE base kit, and she's put together some challenges for us to go along with making sure that you are effectively accomplishing what you want. And that's either weight loss, which we just talked about, the fit challenge, or the performance challenge. I'll speak to myself. Now, you guys have heard me say this before, but it's true. I'm telling you this because I'm a little psycho. And so, January a year ago, I'm standing in front of the mirror in my bathroom, and my wife's in the bedroom, and I'm talking to myself. Does anybody ever do that? I was doing it out loud. I wasn't like quietly, because first off, the first thing I noticed was the 18-year-old guy that's in my head was not in the mirror. Who is that guy? But I was about 30 pounds heavier than I am now. And I could come up with a bunch of excuses why, because we were launching a company and all the stress and no sleep and no time to eat and all the excuses we all have. And I said, bro, you're the owner of a health and wellness company. Is this acceptable? And I had to say no to myself. I said, you know what? You have some amazing products. It would help you if you took them. It works. 35 pounds less, a whole bunch more muscle later. I went through that entire gambit right there. I went through the weight loss, then I moved to the fit, and now I'm on the performance side. My son's pushing me. My son's serves in the military, he's a Navy SEAL, and I'm very proud of him, and I seem tough and all that, but when he's deployed and I have no idea where he's at, I'm not so tough. But he pushes me, and the performance challenge, I'm adding muscle. So I say that in front of you, just keep me accountable and see where I'm at 6 months from now and a year from now. But I've done all three, so I'm on the far side now, which is great. So we reward that every month. We give somebody. Paul's won it, right? You won 500.
No, I never. Actually, I never put
Gina,
it in.
you won
Gina
it?
did.
1,000. You won $1,000. So we random. Everybody submits their stories every month, and we just pull one out of the hat because we get amazing stories. It's not about the story. We just want you to send in your stories so they can end up in the magazine, which Jimmy mentioned that has 4 best third-party tool on the planet. And we give away money every month for that. So we want to know your story. Let's transition. Would you guys agree with me that if what I'm saying is true, that we have a good product lineup? Everybody agree with that? So as powerful as that is and as important as it is, and you know it's important to me, I'm giving you my own personal story tonight. The reason most of you are here, and it's okay, just take a deep breath, everybody tension down, is because you want to know if you can make money doing this. It's a fair question. It's the reason people come out of their house in the rain, in Jersey, to know if this is a good opportunity. Okay? If I ask how many of you are here tonight just to hear about nutrition, it might be 1 or 2 of you. Okay? The rest of you are all greedy. We're okay with that. How many of you are business owners? Not IDLIFE people, but people that own a different business besides IDLIFE. So a good bunch of you. So the joy of business ownership is in IDLIFE, there's no brick and mortar, no employees, no copy please. I know what y'all are thinking. I hate having employees too. Tax advantages, flexible schedules, great way to earn extra money, and anyone can do it. Not just IDLIFE, but the direct selling industry in general is the greatest low-cost opportunity, a chance to make extra money. That's the reason Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki and Bill Gates. Trump was asked, I think it was on the Letterman show, it was either that or Jay Leno, but they asked him a simple question. He said, if you lost all your money, which that has happened to him a couple of times, but he's pretty resilient, and you couldn't do anything else, what would you do? He said, I would get involved in direct sales. and the crowd booed. This was, I don't know, 8 years ago. And he said, that's why I'm sitting here, and you're sitting out there. That's not what, that was like a Jersey answer, wasn't it? New York. New York, that was New York. That went from Jersey to New York. And it's the greatest opportunity on the planet. So, if you're going to get involved in the opportunity, which everyone should, the statistic says that millionaires have 7 streams of income, most on average. You figure out what those are. But most of them have something involved in the direct selling industry. A lot of them are involved in it. So if you're going to get involved in a direct selling opportunity, what you want to know is it a good opportunity? We've decided already, what I'm saying is true, that the product part of this is a no-brainer. You're going to help people change their lives and get healthy. That's going to happen. So the next question is this a good opportunity? That's the question. And I can tell you, in the opinion of someone that's been involved in this industry since 2007, that we have the greatest opportunity presently available in the direct selling industry. We're going to talk about that. So, a little facts for those of you that don't know anything about this industry, because it's very it's very understated. 2.4 million direct sellers earned upwards of $50,000 last year. So 2.4 million people earned at least $50,000 a year. Now the stat above there, somebody remind me to change that, is wrong. There's 22 countries over 1 billion in annual sales, 178 billion in annual sales. There's a 7 and an 8 missing from that statement. 93% of current direct sellers reported earning income in the last 12 months. 93% of the people involved in this industry earned something in the last 12 months. That's not bad. Got involved, made a little money. The median direct seller income was $6,200. Anyone want to do the math of what that is a month? Got on good math in church? $500. There you go. Thank you. A little over $500. Would everybody be okay with making an extra $500?
Yeah.
Am I talking to the right people? These people want way more than $500. 70% of direct sellers earn income by investing 15 hours or less each week. A couple hours a day. A couple ways to get involved in IDLIFE. You can be a customer, you can be a business owner. In our situation, if you come on board just to enjoy the products, you get a 30% discount for life. Very powerful. 2 ways in. There's actually more than that now. We're running a promotion this month. And there's 2 ways to join. And the person that brought you here, if you want to get involved, will show you that. You can buy, when I was talking about those ID transformations, a way to lose weight, you can now come into the business by purchasing that. Or you can purchase your ID nutrition. So there's 2 ways into the company now for $199. And you get a 30% discount. And then we have what we call this, it's a larger pack for $399, which gives you a good idea of a sampling of all of our products. In either way, we give you a 40% discount. You can buy whatever you want to try at a 40% discount when you sign up. It's a one-time only deal. So $199 or $399 into the business. It comes with 30 days of pro tools. You can decide if you want to keep it. Most people that want to build a business do keep this. It's $24.95. And you also get ID Wellness. I don't have time to talk about that. We have an amazing app that goes on your phone and a computer solution, so we have both. We have great tools to build your business. So there's 4 ways to get paid in our company, 4 specific things. First is getting paid weekly, retail commissions, fast start bonus, and business builder bonuses. So you get 30% commission. So for those of you who just are here tonight and you think, I've got some friends that want to be on, that would want to be on these products, you can make 30% off them. They don't have to join the business. We actually are in a lot of facilities as retail only, gyms, doctors' offices, and chiropractors, and we're in some fast food, some convenience stores, and those shops around. There's lots of ways to make money with a retail standpoint. So you can see if you had just 10 people, you were on an average $100 of business, you'd be making $3,600 a year. So it's a substantial, a way to make some extra money. We have what I call the easiest fast start bonus in the industry. Just so you know, guys, There will be no test on this compensation. Just relax. There are people around you that know what it really means. So this is high level. So you come in, order your ID Nutrition. You signed up for the $199. You got the ID Nutrition. You get your spouse on it, or a friend, or family member, and we give you a $100 bonus for getting your customer. We lose money on that just because you were wanting it. But we want you to understand we're with you. We want you to gather customers. Business builder bonus. When you sign somebody up, you get paid for doing that. On the $199, you get $30. On the $399, you get $100. And what happens in this business is normally, like if you were brand new to the business and you went to share it with somebody, since I brought you in the business, you would ask me to help you because you don't know jack at that point. So we sign you up, and you do the same thing and sign you up. Well, who did all the work? I did the work. They don't know anything. So I have to talk to both of them to get signed up. Shouldn't I get paid for that? Yes, I should. So I made $20. I made $30, $20, $15. So if you're bringing in quite a few people and they're bringing in people, it can create some pretty nice residual income. So 5, you hear me talk about that? So bring in 5, we brought in 5, we brought in 5. Guys, never happens exactly like that. Just know these are models to show you what's possible. People go, you brought in 5 and they're all going to bring in 5? No, 5 brought in 4, or brought in 7, or, it doesn't matter. This is just for a math equation. Okay, but you can see approximately that's an extra $2,500. That's weekly income. We've had people already do that. So the second category is free product. So we have several ways to get that. You get your ID Nutrition 3 and free. You get your Transformation Base Kit 3 and free. If you get 10 customers, you get your second ID Nutrition for free. We have a preferred customer bonus, and it looks like this. So you get yourself on scheduled delivery. You get 3 other people that equals at least $300. We give you your ID Nutrition for free. We don't care what it costs. Same Transformation Base Kit. You get on it. Scheduled delivery. You get 3 other people on it. We give you it for free. 10 people. We have a lot of people. I know it seems like 10 customers. Jim, you tell me you had your 10 and free? Somebody else was somebody that came up here. I just got my 10 and free.
Almost.
10 and free. There you go. So it happens all the time. A lot of people get a lot of customers, and then they convert them to associate and get more customers. We give you second ID Nutrition for free, and you can give it to whoever you want. So wife, kids, friend, whatever. This is one of the things I'm very excited about. This is our sample kit. We have a sampleable business, and every time you sign up a preferred customer, we send you a sample kit. It's $15 your cost, and $15.90 I think is actually. But we send you this for every customer you sign up because we're happy that you got a customer. We're proud of you. We give you a sample kit so you can go get another one. And we sent out. I asked Joe last week, and I think he said we sent over just over 2,100 in May. So we're sending out a lot of sample kits. This paid monthly, probably the most important part of our compensation plan. I won't spend a lot of time on it. The reason you're here tonight and the reason people get involved in this business is for residual income. It's mailbox money. When we were all on a cruise at IDLIFE, they all kept getting paid. So we were paying them to be on the cruise and paying them to be on the cruise. Pretty good system. So let's talk about that real quick. We have a 10-level a unit level that's 10 levels deep. I'm not expecting you to remember that. This is the most proven way in the industry for long-term income. Most companies are 6 or 7 levels. At the most, we're 10. The reason we're 10 is we reward leadership. You saw Gina Marie. She's up here at National Director. You're going to notice there's a whole lot kicks in National Director in the last couple minutes. She's getting all that. Don't feel sorry for her. She's earned it. But she gets a certain level deep. We reward leadership. So National Directors get the 7 levels. You get the Vice President, you get 8, goes all the way up to 10 levels. We have dynamic compression, which means if somebody's not ordering product in the system, it squeezes them out so you can get all the levels that you can get in your business. This is an example of what that model of 5 would look like. Remember 5 getting 5. We did not go 10 levels. It gets into the millions of dollars. We're going 4 levels just to show you the power of duplication in this business. I honestly did not understand this multiplier when I got involved in direct selling and got rolling and they started sending me checks. I promise you, I was like, man, I'm like robbing this company. I don't even know why they're sending me this. I had no idea. I know they're sending me thousands of dollars. This is great. And so that's how it gets big fast. And then if you add in customers, the first model was 5 associates getting 5. This is 5 associates and 3 customers. The reason we use 3 is that's been our average. Now we've changed our pricing to the $199. Customers is down 2 to 1 instead of 3 to 1. But 3 to 1, you can see that's over $13,000 a month, 4 levels deep. So I don't know who's Ty. How many people are on your team?
About 3,400.
3,400. We're a company that's a year old. There's a guy standing in your midst that's got 3,400 people on his team already. And by this time next year, it'll be 10,000 or more. Because it's the multiplication factor of the dreaded pyramid. I threw the word out.
Pyramid.
Matching bonus. This is very critical. If you've ever been involved in direct selling before, how many have been involved in a direct selling company before? It's okay. We're not going to throw you out. So, in a lot of companies, have a nice day. A lot of companies, there's things called coded bonuses and binaries and matrices and all kind of things made up so you don't get paid. In my opinion. We don't have any of those. Our compensation plan is the more customers, the more associates, the more your check gets bigger and the deeper in depth you get paid. This is what I call the superstar bonus. You bring in a Jimmy Dow, and he goes right by you. He recruits a bunch of people, and his team explodes. This is a real story, but I'm picking on him, but this actually happened. So he goes right by this person, his sponsors, he passes them up. Well, in a lot of companies, they wouldn't get paid because he passed them. In our company, no matter what, if I brought Jimmy into this business and I made regional director, which I would make because he went past me and I had a couple people in the business qualified, I'm going to get a 20% check. If he's making $100,000 a month, I'm getting 20 grand if that's all I ever did. Now, don't you think you should be rewarded if you can bring a Jimmy Dow into the business? Of course you should. Most companies do not do that. It's a big deal. I have now where marketers look at our business and they go, you guys really do that? Yeah, no, it's shocking. We actually pay you for performance. So then we add 3 more levels on top of that. You can see it, you get big. And then this is crazy. This starts at executive director. I've been questioned many times on this particular bonus. Can your company actually pay out that much money? I've had multiple people ask me that question. The answer is yes. Just get to executive director, and how many executive directors are above we have in the room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 people in the room that are getting this volume. This doubles your residual income, I guarantee you. You've seen it. So what we do is once you make executive director, anybody that's regional director or above, we add this percentage to that 10 level, unit level for those people. So in most cases, you're making 7, 8, 9% off their book of business. That's a lot of money into the business. That's too much for you to totally digest. All I can tell you is this is a differentiator for us. Those last 2 things in the industry, when people see this, they go, okay, you guys are doing something different. We really do want you to make money. Okay? It's very cool. And that's an example of how it looks. We won't spend time on that. We reward you for preferred customers. Once you get over 1,000, we give you an extra 10% bonus. And then we have a global pool. What's cool is everybody in this room is not under Jimmy Dow. Now, we're in Point Pleasant. This is where he lives. And a lot of you are on his team. But not everybody in here is on his team. You're not. But what's cool is he's getting paid off of it. Right here. He's part of the global pool, presidential director. He's getting the national piece of the national. He's getting a piece of the vice president. He's getting a piece of the presidential pool. So this is like, let's all play together nicely pool. Because, like we said, there's a little money motivation. So no matter where you go, you're helping people because you're making money off it. Okay? That's not the only reason we did it, but it was most reason we did it. Lifestyle, you already heard me talk about the cruise. This is where the fun comes in. It's cool to get rank advanced and to be, the company promotes you and says, job well done. You get a certificate and a pin, and you get blasted out over the internet by your team. It's cool. But we thought it would be cooler to go ahead and give you a check every time you rank advanced too. So we did. And none of you have ever sent it back. Starting at $100 a managing director and all the way to $40,000. Just so you know, we don't have anybody international presidential director yet, but we have 4 people that have made, no, 5 now, that have made national presidential director. So we paid the $10,000 bonus out already, and we have 2 people, one of them being in the room, that is about to make IPD, and then they'll get the $20,000 bonus. So that's pretty cool. Y'all okay with getting extra money? Car bonus. Here's the thing about our car bonus. The name of our company is IDLIFE, stands for Individually Designed Life. So would it be appropriate if I told every one of you when you get your car you have to have a silver Mercedes? Don't think that would be individually designed. And then we wouldn't have Gina's awesome ride sitting out front. We give you a car bonus starting at $500, goes all the way up to $2,000. You do what you want to with it. Keep your car and put a wrap on it like Gina did. Pay off your car. I would personally, and Logan would tell you the same thing, would prefer you to be out of debt. Some people, as you've seen here, bought some nice cars. So between them and their spouse, they came up with, somebody sold somebody that they had to have the BMW. And that's okay. Sometimes you have a car that needs to be replaced, and now you have an excuse to go get that next car. We don't care, it's your money. Incentive trips, all I can tell you, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, we've taken 4 trips already as a brand new company. I want you to think about that. We've taken 3 incentive trips that everyone could qualify for, and we took 1 incentive trip for our top 10. Ty got to go on that. Jimmy qualified, but couldn't go. I'm sorry, dude. Hockey got in the way. And we were on Darwin Deason, one of our investors out who told you about. He has a 204-foot, $70 million yacht.
Chip.
And we just had to go stay on it for a week.
Chip.
But we've taken 3 amazing trips, 5-star trips. We just finished up the one on Freedom of the Seas. It's part of our comp plan, guys. It's designed in for you to be able to go. Our goal is we'll have at least 400 associates qualified for comp. That's our goal. So that was the yacht. I'm not rubbing it in. I actually thought about moving these, Jimmy, on your behalf, but nonetheless, it was awesome. So here's where we're going. All right, continue a quick time. I'm not going to talk in depth about that. Let's talk about why IDLIFE. So I've given you guys at least a compelling argument about our product, but hopefully I've given you a compelling reason to get involved financially, because we know that's why you're, not all of you, but most of you are here for that reason. You have, I don't know, the statistics say that 1 to 2 times in your life, you're at the right place at the right time and have $1 million opportunity in front of you. 1 to 2 times in your life. You're very fortunate, maybe 3. I already know of one that I missed in my lifetime. I blew it, really blew it. I've been blessed, been very successful. I'm honored to be a part of this company. But the thing that drives me the most when I come out here and I'll look at each one of you and I can look in your eyes. And I can look, by looking at you, I can see stress, I can see frustration. I've had it in my own life. I've raised children. Hard to, the cost of having children now is crazy. What you guys pay for daycare is mind-boggling. What we pay for health insurance is mind-boggling. What you pay for custom, for the highest level sports, for these kids to be in these special elite sporting activities. In Texas, it's baseball. Here it's hockey. We have hockey pretty serious in Dallas now. I don't know what happened to Texas people. They lost their mind. Kids carrying these gigantic bags around. It's crazy. You've got to decide if you think you're there. I can tell you that you're at the right time, at the right place, with the right people. I haven't had much time. You met Logan on the video. Here's what I can tell you about our CEO. He is the most driven individual I've ever met. And that's from a positive standpoint. He refuses to lose. I love that about him. He's one of the most positive, motivating people I've ever seen in my life. His sole desire in life is to help you improve your life. It's not about money for Logan. Logan's got all the money he could ever spend. He's already done that thing. Check the box. He's done it. He's came out of retirement, heard the story. We're sitting in a country club. I'm looking for someone to get involved with these amazing products I've got my hands on. Logan's sitting at the table next to me. Overhears the conversation. I get up. I knew who Logan was because he's somewhat well known in our area. He's one of the top 10 earners or so in the industry of all time. Logan earned about $40 million in this business being an associate in 10 years. I'll do the math. 10, 40, about $4 million a year. Would anybody be mad with that? Okay. So Logan and I start talking, and little did I know that Logan Stout was wanting to start another company, start his own company in nutrition. God sent me to that country club, whether you believe in God or not. It's my story. You have to tolerate it. I'm sitting at a table next to Logan Stout. Coincidence, divine intervention, whatever you want to call it. I met Logan Stout, and the rest is history. So when I stand in front of you tonight, and I'm having a dream of my own being fulfilled right here in Jersey, and look at each one of you, you have a chance to be a part of something special. Something that is going to change the industry. Something that can financially change your futures forever. You just have to decide. No one will ever tell you this is a get-rich-quick opportunity. I will not tell you that. Logan will not tell you that. Ty will not tell you that. Jimmy will not tell you that. People would say that there is a get-rich-quick opportunity in IDLIFE based upon the amount of money that people are making. But they're working hard to get it. It's effort. So if you're going to work hard, if you're going to be involved in something, you get the maximum benefit out of it. You're at that place right now. Right time, right place, right people. You're at one of those crossroads you're off that one or two times in your life that you have a chance to get involved with something special. So you can hear the passion in my voice. You know that I feel it and I mean it. I would love to have you guys involved in our business. I would love to have you come be a part of IDLIFE for multiple reasons. One, for your health. You already heard the story of my mom. Get yourself healthy. Start the journey. I love what Logan says on the video. 1 year from today, if you'll start today, Gina Marie, I'm not picking on you, I love you. A year ago, a little over a year ago, she was, is it fired or just retired, or what do they officially say to you?
There was not a vision going forward that I fit into.
Gina did not fit in the vision of the insurance company,
Prudential,
who remained nameless.
No.
She did not fit in the vision of that company after how many years?
25.
25 years. She no longer was in the vision of the company. The Rock. In 1 year, last time I was here, I walked up to you at the bar. She said to me, she said, I've been in this business 1 year, and I've now what was it you said? I've now made it making as much money a month as it took me 25 years.
No, half of my salary in 1 year.
In 1 year,
that took me 25 years.
25 years. So 25 years she earned it here. In 1 year in IDLIFE, working at her own pace, out of her house, getting to see her awesome son whenever she wants to. She's replaced half of that salary. Now that's what I call awesome. And everyone in this room, you hear us talk about retiring. It's not retiring from work. It's retiring from having to work for somebody else. So when I say to you, retire, I'm talking about is getting away from the man. I love that commercial about the guy that's the man. He's talking about the man, and the guy says, you are the man. How many of you want to continue to work for the man? Nobody does. Everybody, you wouldn't be here tonight if you didn't want to have your own time. Gina's already done it. Talk to her. Ask her if it's not real. She's not a 17-year NHL player. She didn't get that benefit. Don't hate on Jimmy. He worked hard for that. Why you tell me? Pro athletes, oh, they got their life made. You didn't make it to be a pro athlete. Don't talk about it because you strapped on those skates for 17 years. I didn't have what it takes. I was an athlete. I never made it to the pros. Wasn't good enough. So don't hate on him. Yes, he's got some influence. But here's Tina Marie, right back here, working a full-time job for 25 years. And her health story is even more dramatic, which I'm not going to get into. You can ask her about it. Life-changing. All that said, guys, come join us. Jump in. It's a whopping $199 to get started. I know that's risky. You're not Starbucks for 2 months. You're even.
That's right.
It's been an honor to be with you. Come join us.
Another round of applause for Scott. Appreciate everybody's time. You know, I'll be the last one to leave. There's some great leaders here. Actually, a couple other national directors, Marco Dragone and Joe Magno. You know, as well as Gene Mazzaro. These guys.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill.
Whole company now, that global pool, which is huge. A couple announcements. For those of you that haven't registered for ID Revolution,
Shame on you.
it's in Baltimore, September 10th, 11th, and 12th. If you're serious about this business, it's very important you do your best to get to these things. ID Revolution, you register in your back office. There's only about, what, 600 seats left?
600.
Only 600, and when this sells out, that's it. Especially for us up here in the Northeast. To show you what they think about us, Logan Stout, Scott Offenbach, and Mark Bennett, our COO. This is the first ever event, Revolution, outside of Texas. It's for us up here in the Northeast, in Baltimore, Maryland. There's something else I had to say. Our next big event is next Tuesday. We're calling these Super Tuesdays. We did our first Super Tuesday. We do one a month. We did it last
month.
Last month was our first one. Our next Super Tuesday is a week from today, June 9th, at the Hotel Woodbridge at Metro Park. You know, some of the top leaders, newcomer Bob Gatos, who is here. We're going to have Gina Mazzaro, Nicole Hibbard's going to be speaking. Mike Durst. Was Mike here tonight? I know Mike was trying to make it down, but you know, we're going to have some of the top leaders speaking at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock sharp next Tuesday. They're great events. It's first. We're trying to create a culture here.
What exit is it?
131. Exit 131, right off the parkway, sort of right in the middle of the state.
A.
That's why we did it, to convenience for everybody. But these events we're doing once a month to create a culture just like this. You know, where we get together once a month, and then the rest of the month is home mixers and launch parties at people's houses. But again, I appreciate you taking the time. Just keep that vision. The vision is this. Just picture 12 to 24 months from now, with as little as 7 to 10 hours a week, you can have whatever you want. Whether it's an extra $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $2,500 a month, $5,000, $10,000, whatever that is. Just like anything in life, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. And the last thing I'll leave you with, you bring one person in this business, one person that's a go-getter that can change your life financially forever. One person. Ask my sponsor, it's pretty good. That wasn't me, it's from all the people. But anyway, I appreciate everybody taking the time. I'll be the last one to leave. If everyone wants to take their assessment, there's plenty of, got laptops here and all that. You have any questions, just come up and let us know. Again, bar will be back open as soon as the bartender's here.